Hi, how are you doing? And happy Wednesday. This is your girl, Tiffany S. Carter, and this is Tiffany Talks, where real conversations are happening, honey. And you know you're absolutely a part of the conversation. And, honey, do I have a talk for y'all tonight? Tonight's guest, I could say, I'm fair to say we've known each other a long time, probably since like 6 years old. So I am so excited to share my guest tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. But she'll tell you where she's originally from. She's a serial entrepreneur. I'm so proud of her because she's done so many phenomenal things in the field of developmental disabilities, doing different programs, working with those individuals. And also, she's created a company, her and her husband, Diamonds in the Rough, which is leaving a legacy. And for her newest and her latest adventure, one of her newest is that she's the owner of an event center that's amazing. And I don't have it in front of me, but guys, I tagged it and I showed it last week. It is beautiful. As host is that she's talking about intimacy in relationships. And honey, I just want to know why this is such a controversial topic. And I think that I want to hear what she has to say, why she thinks it's so controversial when it's something that probably needs to be talked about. If it's talked about a lot, if sex is exploited in so many ways, I think it's safe to say that somebody can talk about it. But tonight, without further ado, I want to bring my guest so she can tell us a little bit about herself and what makes her Khyrstal Jones and what makes her a diamond in the rough. And hold on, you don't know what she's gonna say because you know when people been knowing y'all for a long time, you know they get so comfortable. you know, when people been knowing since first grade, they know all the stories, honey. They know all the stories. Hey, Khyrstal.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing, honey?
How you doing? And I want to say Khyrstal Russell Jones. See, I know
Yeah,
Jones is a married name, but we knew about Khyrstal Russell. So
we knew about Crystal
that name
Russell.
was said a lot. Khyrstal Russell. Okay, so Khyrstal.
Yes, yes,
I've been
yes.
watching you over here. Before you got into your new season of this part this year, you are a businesswoman. You are an entrepreneur. And just tell us where you from, where your family from, because I know you got roots, how you got into your business from your dad, Courtney. You know what I'm saying? I said their name. Parent name. Sheila. Okay. Sorry, sister, Miss Russell, Mr. and Mrs. Russell. Tell us where y'all from. Tell us. Come on.
Okay. I am Khyrstal Jones. I originally was Crystal Russell, and my mother is Sheila Russell. She is from the British Virgin Islands, Tartola. My dad is from Antigua, and he and my mother met in St. Thomas Virgin Islands, and that's where I know a lot and have been a lot too, and all that good stuff. So I was born in Tennessee, know nothing about Tennessee. So before people like, yeah, I don't know nothing about it. All I know is I was born there, and then I went to St. Thomas, and then I landed in Atlanta, and then GAAA, well, Berean and GAAA, and yeah, that's pretty much how my story goes.
So that's how your story go. Y'all saw how quick she went there. You see how people that be like, oh, that's how my story goes. No, that ain't how your story goes, sis. You understand? Because I want to tell the real stories of why I'm bringing these people on. Khyrstal was an interesting character in school. And what's so funny about what she does now is what she was kind of telling us about in college and why these things were important. And I'm just being because you need to have these conversations. But what I love about her is her individuality, her independence, and that got her into probably entrepreneurship. Won't you? It's safe to say that
Yes, yes,
difference.
yes,
And
yes.
how tell us about your business. Tell us about your business, Diamond in the Rough
Well,
and stuff.
I originally went to school at Oakwood University to become a social worker. Um, and then I wanted so badly to be a social worker and work for the state because, like, they had a saying, if you can work in defects, you can work anywhere. And they ain't
Mm-hmm.
lying because it is so. so political. It's so um corporate. It's so policy has nothing to do with practice, and that messed with me. I could not deal, because the things that I was taught in social work school was, compassion and meet the client where they are, and do whatever you have to do. If you want to smoke crack, hey, guess what, mama, if we gonna sit here together and we're gonna talk about that. And if you smoking less crack next week, that's a win in my book. So it's just looking at things from the client's perspective and trying to get them there. So long story short, I got tired of that. I got tired of being a sheep down there. I got tired of folks telling me when I can leave, when I can go, when I can do this, when I can do that. Can I go to the bathroom, massa, is how I felt. So I was like, no, I'm out. I gotta go. So after having my first son, I asked my father shortly after, like, hey, please let me work for you. And so he owned a group home where he supported individuals that has special needs. And my mom and dad did that every single day. And those were my friends. I didn't have a lot of people over, because it's very hard to explain to people who don't know about that why this person is screaming, why this person is clapping without stopping, why this person is doing certain things. And for us, it may look normal, but for other people, it's like, what's happening over there? So
yeah.
I just kind of, those are my friends. And ironically, when I went to school and came back, my father said, hey, it's time. And so I began to do the paperwork to bring our group home to be able to stand alone. We were no longer contracting with another agency. We were the agency. And so we wanted to build on that. And so we got into that, and it just started to blossom and blossom and blossom. And for us, it's not financially led. A lot of times it took us years to really see profit, because we put a lot of things that most people don't think about, and what costs the most, the forefront for us. Because my philosophy is, I can't lay my head there, neither can my special needs people. We need I wanted to build something very much like when you and I want an apartment. You don't go and say, hey, what can I get for nothing? Where can I live for $2? You're going to try to find the best place so you can be comfortable. And that's what we wanted to build, like a network within our community that said, hey, this is the group of people we have. This is what we're doing. And this is what we're trying to put in the community so they can be a part of that. And that's pretty much it.
You said some very important parts. You said points about, not wanting, just putting people and giving them anything.
Correct.
And I think a lot of people, because I really want you to talk to people, because every time I hear people saying they want to go in that industry, what do you think the first thing I hear them talk about? And I'm like, this has been your love for a long time since we were in high school. Yeah. But the first thing they talk about is the money factor. Right. And me working for the state, that shouldn't be the first factor, because there's so much liability in it.
Correct.
Like if that's what you're in it for.
Correct.
I just want you to give advice on those type of people, because that's all they say. And I'm like, these are people. This is not cargo. This is people. Correct. Even though you get this type of, but you can't just go to sleep at night. You have to make sure your people are okay.
Correct.
You have to make sure your staff is in line. Correct. You have to make sure the right medications are given out. All that stuff that I don't think people really understand.
People have let me tell you something. People have no idea what this is until I got into. I used to hear. I remember years ago, the owner of St. Jude's Hospital hung herself, and I remember going, man, please, somebody let me own some. I ain't no way in the world I would. Let me tell you. I very well understand. It comes to the point where the state, there is no, other than your policy book, which is like hundreds of pages that change like this. No provider is, most providers, they winging it. They have no idea what they're doing. So when we get out here, we're expected to provide the best support, even when the money runs out, even when you don't have no staff. Even when you don't, when Medicaid does not always pay. You see what I'm saying? Medicaid does not always pay, but your people still need supports. So if you have somebody who is making or bringing in a substantial amount of money, but you're not thinking about the taxes, the pay, the workers' comp, which you must have, or you will get sued. Because people think it's a game out here, and it's
Mm,
not. It's not,
mm-mm.
and you don't know until there's a nice Caucasian man standing in your lobby of your day center, and he goes, "Hey, where is such and such?" And you can't provide it. That's already a fine, and that fine is not going to be less than $2,500, and that's just one person. There are so many entities, it's so many moving parts if you're trying to do it the right way. Because again, just like you said, it's not these people that we are providing supports for are not, they're not Coke bottles. They're not
No.
thick boxes. They are people. They are people that just imagine. I equated to taking care of 40. We have 43 individuals in our day center. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them have other providers, but we have 43 people. So imagine 43 people that you have to wonder, did they eat? How did they sleep? Did they have their meds? What kind of
Mm-hmm.
characteristics are they showing right now? Do they have any marks or bruises? How are they doing and with their services? Have you talked to the support coordinator? It's a lot of things. You're talking about 43 people. You got 2 kids. Don't you randomly wake up and one of your babies got a fever?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That happens
That's
to
why I
special needs
said,
people
yeah.
too.
So you already see, so she can give you so much knowledge on just that realm of her business. So that's so elaborate because we're gonna have to touch on all these parts of
Girl.
what she got, what Miss Khyrstal has going on. So you okay, you got a day hab center, then you have some individuals that stay with you.
Yes,
You still have the
so the state breaks it up into group homes and host homes. The only
right.
difference is a host home does not need a license in the state of Georgia. They contracting with the provider, which is myself or my organization, and I contract with the state. The state allows me, once I do a almost like a accreditation, but it's not an
Mm-hmm.
accreditation, but it's called when they come out and they certify us as providers.
Uh-huh.
You cannot get a host home unless you're certified as a provider, because you having people contract with you to say,
Right.
hey, you're going to support this person in my stead. Now, a group home is 3 people, host home is 2 people. So we have about 5 host homes and we have 6 group homes. And we're opening up new group homes because we get an influx of people and I literally have no space to place my babies. So there's one particular group of or group of people that have a particular disability that's called Prader-Willi. And that is the one that is just so close to my heart, because the one that was in that home, she kind of started this. She walks up to me one day and goes, Khyrstal, I want to live someplace for just people like me. She has a disability where her stomach and her head do not talk to each other. So when you are sitting at your table eating and you get full, you're going to push away and say, I don't want any more food. She's not going to do that. She's going to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And then if she's allowed to eat so much, she will burst the lining of her stomach and die. So for her, it's very important that her
Mm.
supports are in place. It's important that she lives in a place where the refrigerator is locked, the cabinets are locked. She's still going to find food, because every day for them, that particular disease is, let me wake up. What can I find? What has somebody, I mean, it could be anything. She has hidden food in her vagina. She has hidden food up under her breast. She was stealing slices of
Wow.
bread at one time. The dish drains, she'll take the food out of that and eat it. Like it's a real thing, and it's a
Oh
real
wow.
struggle. She used to come to my home. We used to hang out. And when she would
Ah,
come to my home, I had to kind of tell her no more, because you're in your regular home. You put things in the trash. I go in my bathroom. She's sitting there eating and just bawling, crying. Khyrstal, I don't want to be like this, but she can't help it. So I have to
wow.
put the things in place for her to think for her. So if she's hanging out with me, I'm going to go get my car vacuumed. So because there's anything on the floor, she's going to eat it. So we have to make sure that we think about those things. So those things are really, really, really important to me. And, I just want to make sure that I'm able to build that particular network, because these individuals cannot be placed with any disability. We have schizophrenia, we have dementia, we have autism. We have a lot of individuals on different spectrums of the scale. But the reality is, we only have a group of those Prader-Willi individuals, and they really need more supports than other people, because other individuals can be placed any group home that has an open bed. For them, it's very scary for them to live with someone else. So yeah, it's so many different things. And so I've been doing it so long. It's just, but I will tell people, if this is for you, keep in mind, you're going to have a phone where it's under your pillow, and that's where it sleeps when you sleep. So as soon as it rings, you can hear it. I don't sleep all night ever. I haven't slept a full night in probably 5 years. But that's just me, because I have a lot of group homes. I got people in the hospital. Hospital gonna call you at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just how that go. There is no off switch here. So as a provider, understand that it's not no 9 to 5. 5 o'clock is usually your opening hours. That's when everybody calling. Hey, it's an emergency, this and that. And you cannot be that provider that doesn't answer the phone, because again, they're not Coke bottles. They're people, and they need real live supports.
Mm-hmm. So you do this, Diamonds in the Rough. Now, tell us about, because she brought one on me last week. Tell us about this event center, honey, because we got to leave the other one to the end, because it's too controversial, honey. These people, everybody come to me today. But I'm going to leave that on the end. But tell me about this event, because, I think sometimes people forget all the things that people do so great, and they focus on the things that they don't agree with, but they forget, like, this girl done built a business for her and her family. Hey, if you want to jump off the building with Superwoman on there, be it. Be what you need to be.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. But anyway, but tell us about this event center, honey, because I got my picture. Tell us about these events.
Me and my husband we were looking for something different, and this thing literally fell in our laps. And it was like, oh my gosh, I love Rustic. I love outside. I just love it. And it's crazy, because the same place that the event center is the same place I roller skate. I love skating, and I roller skate on this event floor as well. So just let me know, like, you could use this place for anything. Like, really. And I just wanted to offer people something that I myself would be excited about. I wanted more than just an event place. I wanted some place where a bride could really feel the ambiance of what she wanted to feel like. I remember my wedding day. It mattered how the breeze felt. It mattered how the sun laid on my skin. It mattered how I felt walking around the yards and all of that. I was in a building, but I didn't want to be in a building. I wanted to be outside. And so that is a space where it's created. And the bride will have her own cottage, and the guys will have their own quarters, and it would be an outside intimate setting where they would have
nice
pews, and I really went into detail with the rustic tables, and if you wanted a circle tables, only because that's what you particularly wanted. But I myself love rustic. I love rustic farmhouse, and that's exactly what it looks like. It's amazing. So if you have a decorator, come with it. I'm not that person. Hear me well. I don't do that. I just provide the space. Okay. But you and your people can make dreams come true. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of potential. From the bathroom decorations, in terms of the furnishing. I remember I had an event here in May, and I remembered this full-figured woman finding me and going, did you take the time? Like, you don't know me, but that spacing in the bathroom is just amazing. Thank you for thinking of those. Because I have a seat in there. There's almost like this little couch in there. It's just a space where you can kind of chill, just for a second, because I know I'm big on bathrooms and, the energy of that bathroom, so the furniture is very Victorian. So if you wanted extra furniture for seating and pictures and all those different things, we can definitely create that for people. So yeah, it's just very important that people really, get your thing together. If you're doing rustic, go for rustic. Don't do rustic indoors. Do rustic outdoors in nature, in the trees. And that's what we have created.
And it's very nice. Please tell them the name of it and where.
Oh, it is called Jones Rustic Hideaway. That
Okay, Jones Rustic Hideaway. Y'all go find that page. Now I'm gonna give y'all what y'all came for. Okay, you know what I'm saying. You know how I like the movies. You know, and y'all ain't gonna just get the best part at the beginning. Y'all gotta say. But let me before y'all get this, I need y'all to give me a thumbs up, and I need y'all to go and share this video, and I need y'all to go to YouTube and go and like Tiffany Talks where real conversations are happening, honey. Let's go and start this conversation because
all
you know,
right.
honey, I didn't saw everybody attacking you. You know, I was like, wow, what was the congratulations at, sis? But anyways, let's move it on. We're going to this thing of intimacy. Why do you think this is? Because you're now this and correct me if I'm not politically correct. Intimacy coach. You know, I said that. You know, I tried to. You know, I said that. But that's what basically you're talking about.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to figure out what made you go and start having sex talks by Khrys.
Um, I want being the owner of Diamonds in the Rough takes everything that I emotionally, physically, spiritually have sometime, and that's real. I needed to create something. I have an itch, and my itch usually comes every few years if I ain't doing nothing new. I had sip tea no shade, where I had I was doing
Mm-hmm.
blogging. Then I had love life learned. It was a lot of different things that I got into, and all those things were just a part of the journey for me to land here. I remember looking on this school, and I looked at their fundamentals and what they were talking about, and they were just talking about liberation, sexual liberation. And I thought, like, imagine how many people would be like just extra excited if they were able to live out loud sexually in their own lane. We never think about that. We think about, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I don't want nobody to see though. Oh my goodness, call me after dark. Like, get out of here. Who wants to live like that? Like, come on. And the crazy thing is, they do that thing with their husbands, with their partners. You're like, wait, you are married. I had a workshop with somebody last week, and I said, you share bills, kids, your bed, your space, all of that, and you can't talk about sex? You crazy. Baby, if we talking about mortgage and all of this boring adulting stuff, we sure enough gonna talk about the juicy stuff too. We definitely gonna do that. So I decided to become a sex and relationship coach. And my teachers, very liberated. Sometimes they say stuff in class and I be like, okay. Imagine a place where Khyrstal is a quiet one. Khyrstal is like this. Where that class is where
I'm about to throw some loops in for you. So somebody, one of Cheryl Monroe said, congratulations on all of your endeavors. You go, diva. Now she said, come on with the tea. Now, why are you really talking about this, Khyrstal? Because you know what I'm saying? You know, we went to private school. You know, I went to public and private. Khyrstal went to private school all her life. The conversation needed to be had because I'm just confused about this situation now. I'm like, y'all think these conversations don't need to be had, but they really do.
They
need
do.
to be
They
had.
do. When we are in school, when we go to school and we go to church, they teach us about finances. They teach us about the doctrines. They teach us about all these different things, but they never talk about how to keep your husband happy. They never talk about how to make yourself happy. They never talk. And these are, it's something that we have dumbed down so much, and we've made it such a conflicting conversation that people that want to know are scared to ask the question, and they don't want to be shunned. We shun automatically. If anybody does not fit into our stereotype, our boxes that we create for them without their permission, without their asking, any of that, we put them in these boxes. And when they don't operate within those walls, we put a stigma on them. I was a person that had that stigma. I'm cool with it now. You know, it don't bother me at all. I could care less because I'm purely happy in my relationship.
When you're
Never in
married.
life Never in life would I think I would still be married to the same person for 14 years. Me, never. Because monogamy was not something that I'm like, get out of here. One person for the rest of your life? One? That's it? Like, that's it? You know, that was a real question for me because that's not how I lived my life. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not how I lived my life. That was not something that was preached to me. So now since I was shunned and outcast so much, you get used to that. You get used to that feeling by you. So now I'm in my own lane. Why do I care about your opinion? You done put me out already. So
But why do you think? Because I was behind the scenes a little bit. Why do you think these people like they shun people who are liberated and talking about these things when we clearly know they're being done behind the scenes,
to be
right?
honest, it's just what they were taught. I'm to the
Mm-hmm.
point now that I don't even blame them. Think about it. When people
Mm-hmm.
say things to you, that's based off of their teachings. That's based off of
Mm-hmm.
what they mama told them and what that mama told that person. So you ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just that they mama told them something that you're doing is not okay. And they just telling you what they mama told you. Now, some of us like me gonna be like, I don't care. I don't know your mama. That's not that serious to me. Other people gonna be like, let me not do that. I don't want to do that because she talked about me last time. Now we're not being who we are. We're attaching other people to our foolishness or to other people's foolishness to us. And we're operating within these walls and it makes no sense. So my whole thing is to show women that they can be liberated. They can enjoy sex. Sex is meant to be enjoyed. No man out here is going like, hey, I want the most wholesome woman in the world. Not when he's sitting in a barbershop talking about, man, listen, oh my gosh, she's so sexy, she's so nobody is in there going, man, her skirt hit the floor. It like she was just ooh, she was so wholesome, man. Oh my goodness,
You
we
crazy.
just was so wholesome all night. What?
Look, Eddie Felton said, y'all better preach. He said the truth. Nobody said
It's the
it before.
truth. It's the truth. And you know what the problem is? When men speak up about what they want, when men speak up about what they want to a woman that is not willing to do that, you create certain things. And now when he step out, he wrong. Huh? Wait a minute. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all.
That's here. Man, I have saw so many, and the guy told me what the problem was, and they was like, are you? Yeah, he's serious. That's the problem. The man
Like,
with
come
that husband.
on.
That's the problem.
Man,
Okay,
listen, I tell you what, I want to be whoever I need to be sexually, not for my husband, but for me, because I enjoy sex. Not, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
brings it to me, and together we make our own situation, and it's beautiful. You see what I'm saying? And he ain't worried about anything that doesn't matter. I'm not worried about. I'm fully present. But to be fully present, you have to be fully authentic in who you are, and that is the problem. Women ain't out here telling they man like, man, I want you to wrap your hands around my head. I want you to choke me out a little bit. I want you to slap me up a little bit. Ain't nobody saying that. You know why they ain't saying that? Because they think that they man gonna think. They scared about what they do gonna think. But I am trying to preach to women. Why don't you have that conversation with your guy? Why don't you
And
tell him exactly what you
needs and
want?
wants.
But the problem is, on top of that, women don't know it. Some women don't even know what they want. We so out here ready to please a dude. We have no idea what we want. And that's insanity. Like, how can you tell anybody how to please you when you don't know what is pleasurable to you? How? It's insane. So we're cheating ourselves. We're out here attaching other people's belief to us when they at home doing the exact same thing they talking about you about.
But check this out, Khyrstal, because y'all don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We might, here go Eddie felt this like, yes. And then he go Cheryl. Now slap me up a little bit, girl. You better preach. This is what I want to say about Khyrstal. You know what I'm saying? I be like, okay, because you know now when people don't know, because people always, I just got married last year, but people always be like, when you gonna get married? I was like, I don't want to get married. When you
Right.
gonna get married? I don't want to get married. Maybe I'm not marriage material. You understand what I'm saying?
But what's
I
marriage
would say,
material?
right. There you go. What is it? Because I had this thing, if I did, I had to give up everything, and that was false. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But what I am saying is one thing that I see that's a problem, because all types of married men try to talk to me. Now, I ain't for no married men, but I'm just letting you know they
Hmm.
out here and ready, all right?
Baby,
And I will
what?
always, because I'm crazy like that. So I'm like, what would make you cheat on your wife for X amount of years? Because, you know,
They ain't calling you back.
I just said, I be want to know, because that's why I got these shows. You know what I'm saying? I be want to know, like, why? And they would always say one common thing, and I was just like, now,
Yeah.
wow. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a lot of things. It will always deal in the intimacy, because you thinking, little Betty thinking, because I didn't marry this man,
Mhm.
I ain't gotta tune up every once in a while. But honey, let me let you know something. Come close, real conversation. There's a lot of little young tenderonis out here ready to do something
You
strange for a
better
little bit of
preach,
change,
girl.
baby. Y'all better understand what's going on. And I'm
What?
not saying that you compete against that. What I'm saying
No.
is, if you're gonna be with this person for years, find out what makes them pleasurable. So I'm with you. Go on, Khrys. Go on, take the show over there.
Girl, you are, listen, I just, I wish I could just express to women, like, this is a person that you're saying you want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you are, some of y'all putting up facades and these play stories outside your door, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then you come inside your door and you pretend like you this person, and you not this person. You really want to do it. You know, you really want to bust it open and do your thing, but you scared, like, ooh, I don't want him to this, I don't want him to that. Before you have a real conversation, and talking to our partners is so important. We talk about every single thing. We talk about all the different things, but we don't talk about what it takes, or what is it going to take for you to really satisfy me? What is it going to take for me to really satisfy you? Imagine all your core desires are met, and you are giving all the core desires for your partner. Can you imagine the kind of sex y'all would have?
Mm.
Core desires being met is that thing that you're sitting at a light and you literally like, oh man, you just thinking it like, oh my goodness.
I can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. It's amazing for you. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
these things are things that we take for granted all the time, because it's not something that is preached to us that it is important. Men don't want to say it to their women, because now the guy looks like a jerk. You know, now
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he said that to me. Okay, because it's gonna be a 22-year-old saying it real good. And let me tell you, her knees are way better than yours. So get with it. I'm just saying it. Okay, for real. I'm just telling you. But listen, I'm gonna be 40 in what, 2 years, a year. I'll be 40 in a year. I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm going to live out loud and just enjoy my sexuality, and I'm going to teach women to enjoy theirs.
I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I don't
Right.
think that there's wrong with that. Somebody said they flatlined again. I don't
I'm
think
sorry. I'm
no, but
sorry.
that's a good thing. That's a good quote. Meaning, I mean, I don't think anything is wrong with that, because if we're always talking about women cheating, men cheating, what is the cause of all this cheating? And then normally you come back, it's problems in the bedroom. I mean, they be like, oh, this, oh, that. And then if they keep coming back to one common factor, why we not talking about it? Because I promise you, your kids talking about it. Oh, we don't have them conversations. Your children talking about sex. So why are adults so like, oh, this is such a done thing? Girl,
I
grow
should be
up. We
doing
can
that.
have adult conversations.
And I'm telling you, this whole thing of, it's a few words that
Not
people
them.
say when people sit when people sit on my virtual couch. Literally, most times they are women that have been taught that sex is bad. Sex is not something that we are supposed to like. When you like sex too much, they call you a hoe. That cool. That cool. I'm cool with that. Um, when you like sex too much, they call you a slut. But my question is, where is this imaginary dictionary that happens to say slut equals when you have sex with this amount of people? Hoe equals when you have sex with this amount of people. That don't mean nothing. Let me tell you. I told my husband exactly who I was before I started dating him. because I wanted him to be fully informed of the foolishness I was going to bring to his life. Okay. So I wanted to be real. Okay. So I was very honest. And with that honesty, only allowed him to be honest with me. And we created the sex we wanted, the sex that matters to us. And we don't care about if it's sex. Let me tell you, it sounds dirty like crazy. Like I feel like I should sell the script. I really should. It is really good. Like really, really good. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of my core desires. That's one of my core desires. I love that. So no matter if your core desires is for you to be glorified or degraded or any of those things, it's something that's a part of you. It's something that needs to be tapped into, because when you don't tap into it, you're kind of living life watered down. I don't want nobody to live life watered down.
Khrystal, our comments are coming in.
What did it say?
So he said, Mr. Eddie said, folk talking about it with the people they cheat with. They do talk about sex with the people they.
Facts.
I'm telling you, they talk about it. So
they do.
So that's I get what you say. Talk about it with each other, and then Miss Cheryl said, not the foolishness. I absolutely love this girl. And then she said, girl, sell it. And then Niecy Hicks said, not sell the script.
Yes, I should sell the script, girl. I'm telling you, $29.95 on Saturday. It go up on Sunday. It go up on Sunday. Saturday night, baby, I give you a special of $29.95. I promise you it's gonna be the best $29 you spent in a long time, my girl. I promise you. You're gonna read it and be like, yeah, I believe. And I'm gonna tell you, some of the stuff I say, I would never have to do in real life. I don't know that I could. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know that I could. However, I'm gonna give you all your audio dreams. I'm gonna get at you. I don't know if I can follow through in real life, but we gonna have fun right here.
Ooh, honey, and here go our good old friend Linda, our classmate.
Linda, I don't know why you acting like you don't know. You already knew this was gonna be straight foolishness in here today. You knew that. You know me and Tiffany get together, it's gonna be a problem.
Well, why you gonna say me and Tiffany? See, you know what I'm saying? It's this little thing. We're gonna go on and clear this up right now. We just made history. See, they used to call our names for the principal office. You know what I'm saying? Go out the office. Khyrstal Russell, Tiffany Carter, Edward Hall, Erica
Timothy
Evans.
McCray.
That's right. So that's right. So we always was having discussions to time out. We was having discussions, write our name, our signature, autograph. We was over there dreaming in isolation, baby. And we said one day they're gonna call our names again.
They are.
Today is the day. Y'all go to mark that before y'all.
For real. Cause y'all, I ain't gonna lie, we were terrible. We were terrible. We were some Look, I promise you, we were terrible. And it was funny because we always did our work. We always did.
I told somebody, I said we always did. Like our parents didn't play that. We never cared.
Because I got a stupid mama, so I already know. What are you doing? Okay.
Yeah. And we would sit on each corner and we would keep talking to each other. And they would like say one more word. I'd be like, one day,
girl,
I'm gonna be talking to y'all.
Listen,
that's the day.
Do you know? I feel like we need to send this video to Miss Mendenhall. I do. She gonna be like, "Oh Lord, Khrystal."
Well, I didn't go to the Miss Mendenhall, but I've been.
You didn't go to Miss Mendenhall?
Miss Sharp.
Started with
Miss Smith. And I came back to Miss Brown, lovely Miss Brown.
Miss Smith was
Miss Smith, Miss Sharp.
Yes.
So then somebody said, hold on, Khrystal. Here, Edward said, let me find about your shenanigans, honey. They ain't far. Trust me. Go ask somebody at Berea.
I'm trying to tell you.
If you say the name, you got somebody to tell you more negative than positive, and that's saying because she did so much in life, and I'm so proud of her.
And it's cool, and it don't even bother me. Okay, you hear me? We got in so much trouble. I remember my daddy telling me if I had the money to send you to Charter Peachford, I would. Something is wrong with you. I would run to the car and give them.
We had a lot of time to be creative. And we had a lot of time to just be and ask questions. And I think because of how private schools are fixed with not as many students, we had more time to talk to the teachers And really what we got in trouble for, I just want to set the record for everybody here at YouTube, but like, it's for asking questions. We ain't never cursed out no teacher a day in our life. That's 2021 for y'all children.
Yeah,
they ain't not my children, y'all children. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby. But Linda said
her analogies got me right now. Like when I be writing and stuff, I be like, Miss Wade, you better go. You better go with them analogies, girl. I loved analogies. You hear me? I ain't care. Okay. Like we did our thing. Glad we did our thing. Even we trailers and everything. We ain't care as long as we was together.
Right. And we've been together for a very, very long time. And that's why I'm so love you too, Linda. Linda said love y'all.
Love you too.
And then Eddie said this is a whole entertainment. I know, you know, I knew who I was bringing. I said, oh Lord. But I love people when they just such a free spirit, because I think it's a beautiful thing just to let people be. We don't have no heaven. Let's be quite honest. Everybody come close. You have no heaven or hell to put nobody in. You're just putting your shoes on just like everybody else. So I need you to sit tight and hold tight and rest.
Simmer, my friend.
So, but I know this is a topic that we're gonna see more, because it's a big thing. If that's all people are complaining about, over sexualized, under sexualized, it's just sex. So why not we keep bringing people education to it, have the conversation. We are grown adults and we need to have these conversations. Because you don't know, she could save a marriage on here, relationship or whatever. And then Titus said, give us some examples of what you be. Dad, I ain't going for this.
What he say?
Titus, another long-term friend. Titus said, so give us some examples of what you be saying on your script.
Hey, listen. First
we need a little laugh sometimes.
I'm gonna do this like a fans only page.
I'm about to get off this camera. I'm gonna do this. I can't take y'all today.
No, you not. I'm gonna do it like a fans only page. Y'all gonna look. My cash app is $. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna put that out. Look, some people like, girl, say it. I got it.
Look, somebody, Cheryl said she got her money. She said, I got my money.
Look, I'm telling you. I put it like this.
She said, tell us, Khrys. They said, tell us.
Okay, all right. So,
what did y'all push her?
Listen. Okay, so I might say something like, no, and it's not even, it's what you say to me, too. It's like,
now you gonna bring Buddha in this. Okay, I see what's going on.
Because I can't put this all on me. It's like, it's like, okay, so I might say something like, hey, you don't see all them people behind looking at us? Oh my God. All those people are enjoying watching us. Get in it. Like, open that thing up, boy. Like, you don't see all these dudes waiting. I told you I can't do it. I wouldn't dare do it in real life. Okay?
Y'all gonna send my friends some cash out. She give y'all too much information. Y'all gonna have
like a fans only page.
Y'all gonna she give y'all too much information. Y'all gonna have to come to the conference. Y'all gonna have to pay for the conference. Cause you wait a minute. I'm gonna have to be the agent. Time out. Y'all get too much information on this show. Hold on. Here go Eddie. Real talk. Y'all better jump start this joint podcast. You know what? Me and Khrystal, I guess we always had a podcast in class, honey, because our class we was on it.
We had commentary. You better know it, okay?
I just let know, Miss Jones, we love you too. Miss Jones, we love Miss Jones. That was our principal, y'all. She would be on us, but Miss Jones was one of the principals.
Yeah,
that was the best principal that you ever had. She gonna tell you about yourself, and she gonna buy you lunch. That's why I went to the office every day.
Okay.
Y'all didn't know why we was up there.
Child,
she was gonna fuss at us.
He lays chips out the box. You better quit playing before they put it in the vending machine. Stop playing.
She said, we don't tell because we are collaborating on a conference because we giving real stuff, honey. This is and it's about to be our birthday, y'all. December 7th, December 9th.
Hey,
y'all turn 39. Hey. So yes, she is, Quadisha. You know what time it is. But anything else that anybody else want to ask you, because you know we've been up here for 45 minutes. You know they running, they asking. Hit Here go all Toya to my troublemakers.
Yeah, it's all right. We should look. We show up.
Oh yeah, I guess we are because we started us some trouble in 2021, honey, and I'm ready. If it's good
All day
trouble,
long.
I'm
All
here
day
for the
long.
good problems. So I'm here for the
Yes.
good trouble now.
Listen, let me really blow your mind. I got more men in my DMs that go, "Thank you so much for your
Yep.
ministry. Thank you so much, man.
Mm-hmm.
I sure wish my wife would listen to you." And it's crazy because you would think that they'll be like, "Hey, man, what's up?" Nobody has ever tried, like, got out of line with me or anything. They truly respect what's happening. Most women, I know, it's so funny because one woman, she messaged me and she like,
Mm-hmm.
these women are really going through things. They're
Mm-hmm.
really hurting, and they don't feel solace in talking to their partners. They don't know who to talk to. And so I will tell you that I only see female clients because it's such an intimate practice. I don't want to talk to a man about his erection. Not, I don't want to do that. I don't, it's just too
Mm-hmm.
intimate. I would much rather just talk to only females. And
Understandable.
and we do certain things, and I try to unstick your brain so you can understand that sex was made out here for you to just really love and adore, and you can create it however you want it to be. It is your canvas. Draw it how you want to, without all the influences except you and the person that you want to enjoy it with. Do you know how freeing that is? But we have to really put ourselves in a vulnerable state to allow that to happen. So yeah, understand, I'm seeing clients too. So, let me know.
Yes. Oh, hey, Latoya. She's my hey, y'all. I know, yeah, we know you. That's our boo. Now, Quenisha, I hear a new generation of women's come. Oh, yes, honey. Because
Yes.
we're not just talking about entrepreneur. We're talking about being yourself from the beginning. You
Yes.
understand? If
Yes.
you saw, I was myself from the beginning. And that's what people who know me for years, this is a better Tiffany. This is a more understanding Tiffany.
Right.
But Tiffany came in the door as a free spirit, honey. I was a child my mama wasn't even supposed to have, honey. So
Right.
I was coming for like, hey,
Right.
here I go. I was surprised. It always be that one child that you hear my
Look,
mama.
I'm telling you.
It always
I'm
be that
telling
one
you.
that you thought you weren't gonna have. Everybody else listen. That child that I got pregnant with that child. I was that child, okay? So
Yeah,
you think
yeah, yeah.
there's mercy in
I
it for you.
understand, girl. You speaking a lot there, honey. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a meetup. I did a meetup, and I did it on some fluke, like just a fluke. Like, oh, I'm just gonna see what happens. I looked down, like 300 women on there. I'm like, what is happening? You'd be amazed how many women want to talk. So what I've created is almost like a women's sexual liberated support group. We talk about everything. We go in there and we talk about core desires. We talk about and it's women that I've never met before. But they come in and they ask questions and I answer them, and we talk about different things. We talk about triggers. We talk about everything just so they are much more knowledgeable. Some women just don't understand certain things about themselves, and wondering like, what is this about me? What's wrong with me? And all these, and I'm so happy that I'm able to answer those questions for them. So through that sexual liberated meetup group, we meet like once every month, and we just talk about different subjects. We talk about everything from penises to panty lines. I mean, it don't matter. We talk about everything, and we ask questions and we engage with one another, and it's just so wonderful.
Well, I even thought about that. Like, now that I'm raising my daughters and stuff, Khyrstal, I realize the stuff that I talk about them with hygiene and stuff, they express to me like, my friend doesn't know that, and I'm telling them little things. So it's not just about sexual intercourse
Right,
or just
right,
talking about sex.
right,
Let's talk about how to treat your yoni. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
Let's talk about how to, what you need to be eating. Let's talk
right,
about should, what I'm saying, little stuff. Should you be, oh, that's a little bit too much.
girl.
Let's just talk about it. Different things that you might need to incorporate in your diet so that your hygiene could be on point or
Right,
whatever. Because I know sometimes it's not always that a husband don't or a spouse don't want to particularly partake in their spouse or a wife. It could be a hygiene problem.
right, right. And it's also not that your dude got a small penis. It's just that he's just not that into certain things that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give you coaching and into like hey, there's a game that you can play where you just talk to him. You literally allow him to just picture his entire body as a penis, and he's literally navigating through your body as that penis, from head to toe, and it really works. And it's something that some men, they just have a blockage there. Not to say that this is
Mm-hmm.
something that we are doing, because women automatically take it personal, like, oh my god, he's not getting hard, it's me. No, it's not. It's biology, and that's just what happens every now and then. If it's something that continues to happen, then that's a different situation. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes for some older men, it's a heart issue going on. Erectile dysfunction sometimes shows up as erectile dysfunction, but it's really masked as a heart issue. So ladies, think about those different things. It's a lot of different moving parts. So my job is to just not fix anything for you, but to give you the tools and the skills so you're able to navigate through your sexuality and uncover certain things about you so you can live out loud openly on what you want to be doing. The worst cheating relationship is robbing each other, sharing secret desires with their spouse. That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Some people's core desires are really, they think it's nasty, they think it's disgusting. So they don't feel comfortable in talking to their partners about it, because they don't know how their partner is going to take away, their takeaway is going to be. You know, for some women, it's a turn on when some women that have been raped, it's a turn on for them later on when they decide to have sex, for their partner to emulate raping them. It's a part of them that allows them to feel strength in what happened to them. Some people, they've gone through things where their parents didn't hug them and touch them. So now when they're with their partners, they want to be touched from head to toe. That's their core desire, because that's a need that was not met early on. So it's just different conversations that need to be had to that uncovers things, but we have to be vulnerable in that. And that's a scary thing, I know. So yeah, I think that people have to understand the seriousness of, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing, I don't want to say nothing. You're not only cheating yourself, but you're allowing your partner, you're allowing yourself to not even really tap into your true sexuality. And you're grown. You're not 12. You know what I mean? You're
Right, right, right. And then you don't even know how, things that have happened to people in their childhood. Everybody is not talking about, oh, I
correct.
just got raped, oh,
Right.
I just got molested. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Even those things that I just have talked about, I've experienced. So that's a whole nother story at a story time.
Right.
Trust me, all of this is coming to this platform because I need y'all to understand reality from fiction. It's too many lies being told
Right.
on these
Right.
platforms, and
Right.
we're not addressing the situations. And see, we come from a Christian background where a
Mm.
lot of those situations are probably this is put under the rug. You get your little sex doctor from the clinic and talk about
Right.
teenage pregnancy.
Right.
But
Right.
honey, it goes so much deeper than that. So much than the STDs. Let's talk about spiritually transmitted demons. Let's
Correct.
talk about getting somebody's whole personality in you. Let's talk about the mental aspect. Let's
Correct.
talk about what happened in your family. Let's talk. And this is
Right.
Tidy. Sorry. There you go.
Can you talk
Tidy
more
said,
about core desire? What are they? How do you identify them? Okay, so your core desires, your core desires happen and come about from your childhood. So that's where they originate. So say, as I gave, okay, so one lady, I'd read a study, a lady was caught masturbating as a child when by her mother. So when she got caught, her mother put her in the shower, turned on the cold water on her, scrubbed her really hard, really shamed her for what she did. Because of that, she grew a core desire when she got older. She wanted her partner to catch her when she'll go in the room first and masturbate and that kind of stuff, and then her partner would come in. That was a turn on for her. For her, that was her core desire. Some core desires for some people is something that does not align with what they believe in. So say your core desire is for you to get, if you're a woman, you to get gang banged by like 4 guys at one time, right? You may never in life do that. But me, for example, okay, that's just my core desires. And your core desires list out different things. So if you are a woman and you want that, your core desire is you want to be degraded because maybe you were degraded back then, and now it's a need that you're filling. It's something that quenches a thirst within you. Now, we don't always tap into those things, but when we do, it definitely heightens the sexual experience. Now, again, Sometimes a core desires does not align with who they are, who you are, and that's okay. But it is power in knowing what it is, because that allows you to really speak openly about it, and for you to be able to make conscious choices and decisions that say, hey, I'm into this, I'm not into this, and again, you're able to tell people that. So when people are trying to, like, hey, what's going on? How do I please you? And most people don't even have that conversation. They just go into it like, yay, we're going to have great sex. We're in the same bed right now. That doesn't happen. That never happens. That's on TV. What happens and what's supposed to happen is, hey, how can I please you? What do you like? And you can create that own thing. So some people's core desires, the list is usually like degraded. Some people like to be handled. Some people like to be overpowered. Some people like to feel powerful. Some people like to be made to be adored, to be loved. I feel love from my husband, but my core desire is not for him to love on me when we're having sex. My core desire is for him to handle me. My core desire is for him to degrade me. And it sounds bad, but that's just what my core desire is, because I just like nasty. That's just what it is. And I ain't ashamed of it, and I enjoy it. So yeah.
Well, hey, she's been married for 14 years,
Let me tell you, look, and whoever's sitting at home talking foolishness about this, I want to know, after 14 years you sleeping with the same person, if you gonna switch up the script. Because if you say no, you's a lie. I'm telling you, okay? So I got a whole repertoire. For some people, they heard their parents talk to other people on the phone versus their spouses, which is why an emotion. Yeah.
Happens
True
every
story.
day. They never got talked to directly.
Correct.
Like, you
Correct.
just, I don't think, and I'm going to be safe to say, I don't, like she said, it's not their fault. I think just how everything, especially as African Americans, your voice is already suppressed. It's not
Correct.
much that you can put in,
Correct.
So now that we know more, we should teach more. Now that you
Correct.
see all these things out here, not saying that, like I tell my children, no, I don't want you to have no baby before XYZ. This is why, though. I tell them the truth. They might be over here scared straight over here. I'm like, look, let me tell you all the scenarios, all the emotional things that it unlocks. Let me break it down in a way that somebody could have told me a little better when I was 15 or 16.
Right.
And then, too, what I recommend and I challenge people, mature adults, because everybody that's adult is not mature,
Right.
to teach children when they ask these questions, answer their questions as if you was a 15 or 16.
Correct.
No, you ain't got to give them everything, but you need to give them the truth.
Correct.
Because if they don't get it from you, they gonna get it from somebody else, and you don't want them to get it from little Ted down the street.
They ain't get it from there. They ain't got to leave that room. Instagram, Facebook,
social media,
TikTok, all of that. It's gonna give them everything. They got a whole education system over there. It ain't necessarily lined up like that, but that's exactly what it is. They teaching. You better know they teaching. I learned stuff. I'm 38 years old. They teach me stuff. So what you think? A 14-year-old ain't gonna learn? Get out of here.
Right. And what's so crazy is, like, one of our guests that's coming on next week, I met him off of TikTok, and I was looking at his story, and he was basically saying about, how women was inappropriately touching him at 11 and 12 years old. Like, he has a whole story. So when you was talking about all these things, it's just so many people that have so many stories that tie into what you're saying, and this thing that nobody wants, this hush hush conversation.
Correct.
But I've seen sex portrayed about every part a year of my life at a very young age, from seeing pedophiles, from seeing, people who, said they're here to protect you, all types of stuff at church, just dragged under the rug. So since y'all saying we can't talk about it, why we can't talk about it if it's a situation that's reoccurring? Why we can't talk about it and be liberated as not only, I feel like, women? It's so many things that has happened in the church that involve sex. Not one person that I know in my faith should be like, don't talk about sex like that. What? They're talking about it at the board meeting when they're talking about so-and-so is doing so-and-so. So why we can't talk about these things? We need to be talking about these things, and we need to be very, very real and very, very serious. And I'm sorry, so that's why I'm on my own platform saying
That
my own
girl,
stuff.
and it's so unfortunate because I remember one of the I had a person again on my virtual couch, and she was having severe issues with the church and how she was raised. She felt like the church ruined her relationship because she is so, like, when they're about to have sex, is hurry up, turn the lights off, hurry up and do it. Like, she was ashamed of her sexuality, and so much so that she could not, she was not able to do and perform and do certain things. So now her husband, or her boyfriend, excuse me, her boyfriend is like, oh my gosh, and he, of course, does his thing. And then now you're sitting there trying to pick up the pieces, and the church does not give you any kind of tool for that. And it's so unfortunate because these kids have nowhere to get the info but it's the internet. Because their parents ain't talking to them about it. It's their friends, the internet, these TikTok videos, whatever it is, it's in their hand. You get them a kid a phone, that's their education about sex right there.
Yeah, you might want to know. You might want them to talk about somebody who want to talk about it with them and don't feel so uncomfortable.
Right.
Versus you going around talking about the birds and the bees. What that little saying? We talking about everything. We talking about the giraffes, the zebras, the
Birds
everything.
and bees,
So,
girl.
right, yeah, we got to talk about a lot of stuff these days. And here go Eddie Feather. Something miss. You somebody, I need to get to the board meeting. No, I don't want to be at that board meeting. I ain't never been on no board meeting, but I'm pretty sure my name been ran by a couple of them.
Girl, please. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that like let's have some real conversation, because you forget when people are younger, we gotta grow up and we understand things that have happened that was so wrong.
Correct.
So wrong.
Correct.
So wrong. That's why sometimes I really have to have a come to God moment, because I know these people knew just as well as I knew in those departments that these things are wrong, because they were adults. I was a child. You understand what I'm saying? We were children.
Right.
But to those people, yeah, Tiffany gonna keep talking, because I'm never gonna be a coward.
Correct.
I'm never gonna be a coward for the wrong thing. But yes, I support this woman talking about sex, a married woman to the same man for 14 years. Because if y'all talking about little JoJo and look, never mind. But let's go on. This is necessary podcast for everyone, especially considering marriage, because this is something, and you need to talk about it with people because it's real. I mean, people are really leaving their marriages over sex.
Yes.
Lack of.
And you
lack
know what?
Of intimacy.
And you know what? The people don't realize there are options out here. You know what I mean? And I don't even mean like I don't have to talk to you. I know people in relationships that are like, you know what? This monogamy thing isn't for me. I still love you, but I don't feel like you as a one person can fulfill that for me. It's something called honest outsourcing. A lot of people do what's called dishonest outsourcing when they go and find somebody else and don't say anything. But when you honestly outsource, you've come to a point of reckoning and going, you know what? I know this person is not going to fulfill this part for me. And having that conversation takes a crazy amount of guts. And most people don't have that. What they do, again, is just say, you know what? I'm gonna stick with you. I ain't gonna tell you I'm over here sliding, but at the same time, because they don't want to let go of this person because they don't want that option for that that same person. But what needs to happen is true conversation, understanding that people will disappoint us. Our mates are going to disappoint us. Your mate is not perfect. He's not. I don't care how much you like him. He is not perfect. You, my dear, are not perfect. We have to understand that we have to allow ourselves to be as free and as open and vulnerable in our relationship as we can be. And when we do that, that allows us to really insulate our relationships with the courage that it takes to really pull that off, because it's not an easy thing. I say 14 years of marriage. Listen, I could have killed that dude. Okay. But I did it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that people don't say. They're gonna, oh my God, they love him so much. Oh my goodness, love is awesome. Okay, yeah, it is. But later on, it's gonna take some other stuff other than love to get you there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that is the part that we talking about. That part,
So this is our we're about to wrap this up. Eddie Feather said miserably ever after is it or shouldn't be the goal, passionately ever after. I agree.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Yes.
facts. Facts.
Yes.
True
Yes.
story. True
Yes.
story. Don't nobody want to be miserable with nobody. I'm sorry.
I'm
That's a
telling you.
definitely choice. Don't nobody want to be miserable. And like I said, that shit's so played out. You don't have to do that. You
You
don't
don't.
have to do that.
You don't.
It's too much freedom and space in the world for you to be
Right.
over here in the corner miserable with
Care about
out
it.
of all 7 trillion people. Right.
Correct.
Right.
Not
Hmm.
gonna happen. Not
So
gonna happen.
Khyrstal, what do you have left? Okay, so we know you're an entrepreneur with diamonds in the rough. We know you have this event center where we're gonna do a conference. Look, I didn't
Yes.
already we
Yes.
already
Yes.
had this
Yes.
said that. So y'all, so y'all gonna confirm that. Now, the next part is sex talks with Khrys. Here y'all go right here. Hold on, I didn't mean to put that B right there. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on there again, Khyrstal. So I'm pasting it.
Thank
I
you.
want you to give your last closing remarks. Tell people where they you can also say it, but they'll see it too.
Okay. So I am again, I'm a sex and relationship coach. And my diamonds in the rough, yeah, that's a lot. That's very important to me. And I'm gonna do things on that to, help people become providers later on. But right now, Sex Talk with Khrys is really where my focus is. In terms of new and and really trying to express to people the amount of happiness that comes with liberation and just being free, and really understanding that that's not something that's just on TV. Great sex does not just happen. It just does not. And we
Mm-hmm.
have to intentionally put things out there to make our sex and create the sex that we want. So, and again, whatever that looks like, it's okay. It really is. I don't care what it is. I've been in classes and heard men that enjoy getting their penises stepped on. I've heard women that enjoy being peed on. I've heard women that enjoy all types of stuff. So whatever your story is, that's okay. And it's cool. I just want you to be okay with it. I want you to be liberated about it. So, one night I'm seeing clients. So I will, after I'm done, I'll post a link to my booking. If you are interested in booking Khyrstal Jones, Sex Talk with Khrys, you can find me on Instagram at Sex Talk with Khrys. And Khrys is Khrys. My email, Facebook is Sex Talk with Khrys as well. And my email is sextalkwithkhrys@gmail.com. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, we definitely thank you for
Thank you.
coming on Tiffany Talks, where real conversations are happening. You were definitely a part of this conversation. Thank you for this Sex Talks with Khrys. Thank you.
Thank you,
We'll
honey.
see you again soon. Trust me.
I wish you
Bye,
much
Khyrstal.
success, honey. I wish you much success,
Thank
and I
you,
want to
Khrys.
say on your damn show, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you. Thank you,
All right,
Khyrstal.
honey.
We'll
Love you much. Bye.
okay, Khyrstal. Somebody said they want to talk about the event center because it's lovely, y'all. I was like, go,
Oh,
Khyrstal, go. Go, Khyrstal, go. I was like, look, we can have a whole skating party out here. I can't skate,
baby,
y'all. I've been telling
that
for
skate
years
party
the teacher
is
I skate.
coming.
I can't
You
skate.
better know it.
I can dance, but I can't skate. I'm skating lessons.
Look, I'm about
Hold on,
that
man.
skate life, baby. You better
I
know it. I'm about
know,
that
I
skate life.
know, I know. Look, I can dance, I can't skate. Okay, let's get this straight. I stay on the ground, I don't stay on the ring. Y'all, hope y'all really enjoyed this show. I love this platform because, and she's Eddie Feather said, we're neighbors. Yes, I love this platform because it just brings people from the community, people who I've known, people who I see growing. Even if I didn't know you, I saw you if you were on this platform. And this has been another great conversation. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. Make sure you share this video. Share this video. I love the comments, but please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get more conversations your way. This has been your girl on this Wednesday. We're at the end of the month, folks. It's October 1st. When is October 1st? Oh, no, it's October 1st on Friday. I didn't already skip, but we almost in October. But this is my last show for September. It's been a full September. We've had Java Madison. We've had Normani, Aries. We've had Serena Four. We have had Dominique Doe, Khyrstal, and Khyrstal Russell to end it out. We thank you so much. We thank you for being a part of Tiffany Talks. Without you, this definitely would not be possible. And it's more, you can expect more from this girl. This has been another great Tiffany Talks where you are definitely a part of the conversation. I'll see you on Monday as we'll have Denzel Bledsoe. And does he have a story? We'll see you back on Men Crush Mondays. Bye. Have a good night.